Welcome back, guys. In the last video we just discussed about the Bakery.com and its structure and all these features and some key features of this and what we have to design. And in this video uh, I'm gonna continue and we are gonna talk about the database, the real database design of this website. So let's move into the video. So if you didn't watch my last video, you can watch it. I will add the link to the description, so please watch it and you will have a good idea about what we are making. So let's move into the next part of the video. So okay, so here we can see the database here. So first of all, in the website we will have some users. So that's pretty obvious. So each users will have an ID, which will be the primary key of this table. So we will have a main table for the user. So as you can see here, so user will have some ID, which is a primary key for that user, and the user will have the first name and last name, and the user will have an email, and that email will be unique, and user will have a photo, and the photo will be in string format because we will have the link of the photo, and the photo will be uploaded somewhere else. So like that, so then the user will have some password, and we can save the IP address of the user, like the most used IP address or something else, like for some security or the verification reasons. We can just store the IP address of the user, so that may be needed sometimes. Okay, so we will have an is activated boolean like variable, which will denote that is the user's account is activated or not, or it is not completed, or like that something. So that's just a flag here. So we will have an account status ID. I will talk about this just a minute later. We will have a activation code for the user, because when the user is opening the account, he will need an activation code, and there will be a code expiration time, and you know what it means. Okay, so we will, for the each user, we will have a seller rating and buyer rating. That is, what that means, like the when the user sells a product, the buyers can give them a rating, or when the user buys a product, the seller can give him or her a rating, based on which we can just distinguish between some users, so that you know what it means. Okay, so now let's talk about this account status ID. So which is as we have talked in the previous video, that there could be different kinds of account in the website. So there could be normal account, there could be premium account, there could be some other type of account, so which is completely depend on the project that you are working on, or the scenario, whatever it is. So okay, so assuming that there could be different kinds of account, and each account will have different kinds of like features. So that's why we are using a separate table for the accounts. So as you know, we have to also filter by the account. So like if someone wants to watch only the premium members sales, premium members advertises, so that can be done using the other table, and the update feature will be pretty much convenient if we use another table, or if we denormalize this. So let's see. So for the account status ID, it will link to another, it is a foreign key to another table, which is named as the account status. So in the account status table, we will have the status of the account of this user. So as you can see, this in the account status table, we have ID of the table as the primary key, and then the user ID, which denotes, or this is a foreign key to the user ID. So so that we can, when using the indexing or the filtering, we can quickly go through this and search for the required account members, and reference to the user quickly. So that's a small linking there. Then we can have a membership type ID, which controls the features of a distinct membership, or like the premium members what is the features of each membership that can be controlled using this other table. So this is denormalized, because if the admin want to change any attributes of any membership, then it can be done easily, and it would not be needed to be updated to each and every field of each and every record of the database. So it is like a very good other option optimization, you can say. Okay, so there is some starting date and expiry date of the account, so that when we can know that when the account was created and when it is expired. So the membership type ID refers to another table, which is the membership types. All the types will be stored here. So the membership type have an ID, which is the primary key, obviously, and the membership type has a name, has a duration, like how much time it will be available. That membership will be available. Then we will have the maximum photo per post, like uh, in this website, like you can give ad of many products that you sell. So you can limit as the membership for different kinds of members. You can give the limit to the different types, like the premium members can add 10 photos, then the normal member can add 5 photos, like that. So you can have a trending multiplier also for the feature of the premium member, so that their advertise is more trending. So the business policy, like that. So the number of favorites, like premium member can have a lot of favorite elements in their account, but the normal members cannot have. So like this type of features can be added in a separate table, so that the admin can like control all the membership facilities pretty easily. So that's all about these 3 tables. So let's move to the next table. So here we didn't, as you can see, we didn't add the phone number or the address of the user, because we are having another different table for that. So we are having a different table name addresses in this database. We separated this address table because of a reason, because as you can already know, we talked about it in the last video. We know that the user could have different addresses, like an user could have like 2 or 3 or more addresses, so that is like assumable. So if we store all the addresses in another separate table, so we can link up all those addresses and also filter by those addresses or retrieve data from that addresses. So that is another feature. So you can add any number of addresses of a user, but if you would include the address in this table, it would be a bit more complex and it would not work that well. So that is the reason why we just separated the table, so that we can filter, we can index, and we can add multiple addresses for an user, and we can save those and use those pretty efficiently. So that's the reason why we separated this. So in the address table, we will have an ID as the primary key, and the user ID will be there, because whose address is this, it will refer to the user, that this is the address of this user. So that is pretty easy. So then then we will store the city, then we will store the area, this and so that we can index by city, index by area, so we can filter easily. Then we can have the full address like in precise format. So that's that, and we can also have the phone number for this address. So we will actually store different phone numbers for the different addresses, because like some people can have an home in a city and another home in another city, another home in another city. So that could happen, and each home could have different kinds of phone numbers. So that is the reason we are adding this feature here, which is pretty nice. Okay, so we are done with the addresses, and hopefully you are understanding what I'm saying here. So then let's move to the next big table, like the product table. So this is a pretty big table and pretty important table, because it actually contains all the information about the product. So let's see what it has. So it has an ID as the primary key, like as all the other tables. Then the products have their product names, so we will have so you can assume that we will have all the product information in this table, like any product is added to the marketplace and that is added to this table also. So we have when adding a product, we will take the ID, we will take the product name, we will take the seller ID, I mean who is selling this product, it is needed, and it will be taken so that further verification can be done by the buyer. Okay, so we added these two price section, like initial price and the current price, so that the seller can give some discount and attract the buyers more. So that's a pretty nice feature, I think. Okay, so that's that. And we could have the product address ID. So as we mentioned earlier, we are taking different address of an user. So an user can have multiple addresses, so we will, but a product could be the current location of the product is only will contain only one address, and we will link that address to the address table from the user's addresses. So the user will have some addresses and the product will link up to one of the addresses that the user will select. So that is pretty nice, so that it will be very convenient for the user to post and select the address, and it will be very easy and pretty fast process. So that's that. So we will have all the addresses from that table, so that is pretty easy. We will have a slug for this because the slug is needed unique, and the slug should be unique to identify and differentiate the product. So that's that. And we will, as you can know, each and every product has a category and subcategory. So we will have the category as the category ID. We have a separate table for the categories. We will talk about this a bit later. Then we will also have a subcategory ID and a subcategory like table. We will be talking about this just a minute later. Then we will have a main image ID. So here the thing is, we will store all the images in a separate table, because the images are like, so that user can add images and can update images, can delete images, can modify images at any time. So it is convenient to store all the images in another table and link up those images, so that the number of images, as you know, we are controlling the number of images by the admin or by the membership type. So if we store the images in this table, it will not be convenient, because we have to store a static amount of images, like we can store only 5 images or only 3 images, or we will not be able to update the number of images later on. We will not be able to extend, or we will not be able to shrink that, and we will be able to, but it will be a hassle, or it will be tough to do. So it is convenient to store the images in another table, so that we can update the policy later on, and control the number of images that a user can give, or like that things. So that is the reason. So in that images table, we will have an ID as the primary key, and image source as the link will be here, stored here. Then the product ID will link to the product, like if we are connecting the both tables, so that the queries can be done easily. Like for a product, like this is the product, and you can see in if we don't, there is two types of pages, like one is in the menu, and one is like the more detailed part of the product. So when we are in this page, like let me show you, let's see a product from electronics. Like this is a place, like this is a page where you can see only one image, like this is the main image of the product. But when you are inside it, you can see multiple images of this product. So first of all, in this page, in the details page, we need to show multiple images. But in this page, where it contains all the products. There I need to only show one image. So what we can do here is, like, we are storing only one image which is considered as the main image. We are storing that here, the id of that image, and that id is referring to this image table, and all the other image that will be rendered after that product is selected and in the details page. So all the images, like there is in the details page, assume that there is 5 images, so all the 5 images will be linked to this product id. So that's that. You can also come from the image to this product and also get the main image from the product to the image table. So that is the reason why I add two relationships there. So you can control as we are linking the images to the product. So we can add any number of images at any time, and we can control this pretty easily by using the code or the logic. So that's that. So that is all about this main image, and we will also store the posting time when the post was given, and also the total views of the post. We will store this as an integer in the product table, because we will use this, like the total number of views of a product, to calculate the trending and the trending coefficient, as we have also seen it in the last video. So it is needed to store the total views to identify which product is like more trending and which is not so trending. So that's that. So let's now talk about the product details. So product details contains, like, we are storing the details, like more detailed information, in another table, because those other information can be like edited, and we don't want to make change in this table like very much. So that's why we are maintaining a separate table, so that we can have separate details. We have the details in separately. So that's there. The denormalization will make the data more concrete and more precise here. So as the product details, there will be an id here. The conditions will be there. I mean, what is the condition of the product, as they're like the used product. So what is the condition of the product, what is the model name, what is the brand, what is the variant of that product, what is the free features of that product, and is there any drawbacks of this product, like is there any problem here, or the description of the product, like you can write anything here. So there's that. And this is the product details is linked from the product table to the product details table. So that's that. So, and there is also tag here. So we will have a lot of tag in as you can see here, that we will have a lot of tags in the database, and we will have the tag name and the tag name, and the tags will be, and there will also be a product id in the table, and so that we can link the tags to the product. So when an user is in a product page, the tags can help to give further suggestion about the similar products or some other things like that. Okay. Also, when an user and when a buyer is searching for something, the tags can help to find out the product. So that's another advantage of this. So the tags can also, here the tags can be, so we are actually maintaining another table for tags, because there could be multiple tags for a single product. So that is the reason why we are choosing to denormalize this. And also we can index by the tags, or we can sort by the tags, and we can have all the same tags together, all the product with the same tags together. Like that could be efficient to calculate by if we have another different denormalized table. So that's that. So we also have some comments here. So as you can see, I told you about the comments. We will allow the users to comment on any product and warn about the possible scams, or say something good about the product, or suggesting or recommending or not recommending the product, or like that. Okay, so in the comment we will have an ID of the comment, as you can see, as the primary key, and we will have a product ID and the commenter ID. So product ID will refer to the product itself, like if anyone goes to this page, the page where all the product details is shown also, and we will search for the comments for that product itself, and we will have the product's comment will be like will be will be rendered from this table. So we will also have a commenter ID where we will just have a reference to the user table, and we will link to this, like which user is commenting here. So that's that. And we will also have the comment text, and we will also, we can implement the features like and dislike. So that's that. You can save the information, how much like or dislike that the comment get in this table. So that's that. Okay, so that's the comment is pretty simple here. So like comment could help sometimes in taking decisions whether this product is legit or not. So that's that. Okay, so we now let's go to the categories and the subcategories. So each category will have some ID as the primary key. So that ID will be linked from the product. So the category ID is linked here, and the category name is here, and the category icon is there. So the category, so we can have the product falls under which category, we can find out from this. And also there is subcategories, where there is a subcategory ID which will be linked to subcategory table, where we can go easily that this product is from this subcategory. And from each subcategory we will have the root category ID, that which category does it belongs to. We can also figure that out using this relationship. So that's that. And we will also have a subcategory name, and as you can see, the categories and subcategories are like, in separate table. We can also filter that out pretty easily. So that's the whole thing about this. Okay, so we haven't talked about the favorites. Okay, so in the favorite section, as you know that the user can start the different products and save that for future, so that they doesn't lose the product. So that products are considered as favorites of that user. So there is for each favorites there will be an ID as the primary key, and the user ID, I mean which user is like, user ID will be linked to the user table, like which user is making it as an favorite, and the product ID like this, which will be linked to the product, which product is he marking as his favorite. So we can also give like a trending, so we can also calculate the trending coefficient from the favorite table, like the which product is being added to the favorites more to the users. So we can recommend that product to other people. So like that could also help. So this is my thoughts about the design of the website, which is bigcreator.com, or you can have the design of any website that is similar to this. And you can, as it is not like e-commerce, that is the reason why I'm not adding the cart system here, because you can, because here the thing is, usually people like see a product and give a phone call to the seller, or chats with the seller. It is not like that, like you are adding to the cart and you are selling that product and the product will be delivered to you. That is not like that, because it is not a e-commerce website. So that is the reason why I'm not adding the cart here, but you can add if you want. So that is all of the design optimizations that I am like thinking here. So that's that. So you can also have better ideas. You can write your ideas in the comment section, but as far as I think, I am I think this is pretty good design. Okay, so in this design the codes will be like this. Yeah, I have also added the code here, so you know the codes will be like this, or the SQL code here. So that's that. So hopefully you have got a pretty good idea about the design of this website, how we should design the database for this website. So thanks for watching this video. Hopefully see you next time in some other videos. Thanks a lot for watching.